Recently, I've seen a load of LARPers saying that Aaron Pico will be the next UFC champion. I want to be here and I want to tell everyone that he's not that good. I don't understand what people are glazing him for. I want to get straight into this video so I can talk more about it and just basically yap about how I think Aaron Pico isn't that great of a UFC fighter. Let's get straight into it. Well, let's go down and take a look at his records in the promotions he's fought at. Obviously, he went 12-4 in Bellator. That's basically where he got his start. Obviously, PFL and Bellator, same thing. The UFC is 1-1. Lost to the GOAT, Lauren Murphy, and then won against Patricio Pitbull. Let's talk about that right now. So now that he's beaten Pitbull at UFC 227, Ripieri, man, that sucks. That card was so good up until that point. But yeah, Patricio Pitbull, man, he beat Patricio Pitbull, who's also a Bellator bum, dressed in UFC uniform. He's almost 40 years old, and people are glazing Pico for getting this win when Pico's in his prime, fighting an old, washed Pitbull. Pitbull's only winning the UFC being Danny Gay. I think Pico would probably beat pretty easily. Took a bit of a challenge for Patricio Pitbull to beat him. So I don't know what everyone's going on about Aaron Pico being the next big thing in the UFC. Coming off a loss to Lauren Murphy and then beating Pitbull. There's a massive gap in skill here. The only reason Pitbull was even ranked was because of the Ige win. And you know where Ige's gone now? I don't even think he's ranked. I think he's planning to go down to bantamweight. Before he got in the UFC, he went 3-0. 3-0. He was on a 3-fight win streak against just no names. And I'm pretty sure this guy, if you go further down, he already lost to him once before. So like, who are some of these guys? Obviously, Jeremy Kennedy. He was in the UFC. Oh, he went 3-1 in the UFC. He has a loss to Pitbull. This Pico guy's a load of trash, bro. I'm telling you right now. My days, bro. Aaron Pico's first fight in the UFC was meant to be against Movsar Evloev. Evloev would have got his first finish inside the UFC, just like Lauren Murphy got his first finish in ages. Like, Movsar would have done unspeakable things to Aaron Pico during this fight. Aaron Pico is lucky that Movsar pulled out of this fight. I know Aaron Pico's a decent wrestler. He used his wrestling good against both Murphy and Pitbull, but Evloev's a complete different level. It's like Pico's down here, and Evloev's all the way off frame up there. I don't rate Pico highly at all. There's a ton of people out there thinking he's going to be the next big thing. I don't agree at all. Let's go ahead and look at the rankings right now. Obviously, we have the GOAT, Volkanovski is the champion. Number 1 contender Movsar was meant to fight Pico. Diego Lopez. Let's go through all these rankings and see how we do against all of them. Diego Lopez against Aaron Pico. Bro. Diego Lopez would make that look so easy. Pico hits hard. Relatively hard. Diego Lopez has a cinder block head. He's a blockhead. Chin of the gods was getting bashed up by Gene Silva with the punches, just eating them, but pretty much putting his head into them. But as he was just pushing forward to try and get that finish on Gene Silva, obviously it ended up doing that. Lauren Murphy, as we already saw, spinning back elbow. Hey, Rodriguez, he beat Pitbull in Pitbull's debut. Yeah, he's not that bad, but he's been very inactive as of recent times. So I think it'd be a bit of a competitive fight. I can see like getting a sub on him though. Not gonna lie, Aljamain Sterling would literally just probably backpack him and get a 49-46 decision, 30-27 decision on him. Because Aljo's very good. Fine, Yusuf Zalal this weekend. Gene Silva would knock him out. Let's just be honest. Then we go down to Yusuf Zalal. I think Zalal could submit him. He's very crafty with submissions. And Pico's not that great, man. Pico's best chance is to chin the people. I don't think he's that powerful. So what is he going to do? What's the best part of his skill set they could use to beat these high-ranking guys? Let's not even talk about Arnold. Arnold would destroy him. First and second of the fight, he'd be outcalled. Does Aaron Pico beat David Onama? Maybe. I'll probably give him a good chance to beat him. Would he beat Brian Ortega? Maybe. But I think Ortega's going to lightweight anyway, so does that matter? No, not really. Ken Vallejos would do nasty things to him. There's not a chance Aaron Pico wins a fight against Ken Vallejos. Melchizedek Costa. And I mean, Costa's good. He's fighting Arnold Allen. I think Arnold Allen's going to win that fight. But Costa's not out of that fight. Costa's very good. He has like a loss to Steve Garcia. Couple of losses outside the rankings, I'm pretty sure. But Pico isn't good. He's been chinned several times outside the UFC by low-level guys. Anyone here in this list with good punch power will knock Pico out cold. It's as simple as that. Let's go ahead and match Pico with his next opponent. I'm not giving him a ranking opponent because he's not ready for any of them. Unless they give him like a David Onama. But I want that to be Nathaniel Wood's next opponent. If they don't give Onama to Nathaniel Wood, do Pico versus Nathaniel Wood. I think Nathaniel Wood wins that fight. I think Aaron Pico is one of the easier options for Nathaniel Wood getting the rankings. I think Lasani Kieta would beat Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico got lucky with the matchmaking. They gave him another Bellator bum in Patricio Pitbull, who I think literally anyone in the division could beat. He's got the punches chance because he's got heavy punches. Pitbull, I mean. Pitbull's got good power, but apart from that, he's slow. He's slow and trash. He's not great. Aaron Pico's fluked his way into the UFC rankings. We see the loss here to Jeremy Kennedy actually is like a shoulder injury. Maybe that's not Pico's fault. Maybe Pico's winning the first round and then had to get stopped due to the injury, which I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that. But would he have lost anyway? Probably. Jeremy Kennedy was a UFC level guy because he built up a good win streak against all these names, which I don't recognise a single one. What about this dude here? Borix. 20-4, obviously not a bad record. Isn't in the UFC though. Pico Pitbull lost. Like, not even a prime Pitbull, like a later career Pitbull. Seemed decent. He probably was able to beat all these Bellator bums pretty easily. Maybe a 2021, 2022 Pitbull would have beaten Aaron Pico. Will they ever scheduled to fight? No. He of course lost his first fight in 2017 to Zach Freeman. How old would he have been in 2017? That was what, 9 years ago? He'd have been 19, 20 years old. Which, like, fair enough. Against the guy with that much experience there, 8-2 record. You can't really blame him for that loss. Still, man, these guys are all, they've got positive records. Like, highly positive records, but only a couple of them have been to the UFC. Has this guy been in the UFC? Henry Corrales? No. And he's 9-7 in Bellator. Kai Kamaka the third, he just got in the UFC. He's pretty good, not a bad loss at all. He just got back in the UFC, I meant to say. And Pico lost in February 24th, 2024. And hasn't fought since. And Pico trains out of Jackson Wing Academy. Obviously not a bad gym to train out of. It's pretty good, probably one of the best in the world. What is next for Pico? Do you guys think he goes far? Am I the larper? Am I the fraud who thinks he's not going to go very far? A 14-5 record, man, you don't have that kind of record if you plan to be the next big thing in the UFC. I know there's been UFC fighters who have had huge amounts of losses. I think Oliveira might have had like a similar amount of losses, or maybe even more when he got the title. But that's because he was losing to UFC caliber guys inside the UFC, undefeated when he got to the UFC. I think like Max Holloway was. And these guys have just only lost inside the UFC. Pico has lost countless times, 5 times, outside the UFC. I'm trying to make it sound worse than it is, but I don't believe in Aaron Pico at all. He's got slick boxing. He jumps into his hooks to the body, into the wherever he's going. He's got good wrestling, because of course he's an American. He would have done wrestling in school growing up. But man, he doesn't faint enough. Leaves himself open to get hurt a lot, which a top-level fighter like Lerone Murphy took advantage of. Spinning back elbow, out cold. That only happens if you're not high enough level to deal with someone like Lerone Murphy like that. Like, Lerone Murphy goes to decisions a lot. That's because he's fighting guys at a similar level with him and he just outworks them. But Pico got caught not fainting enough. Tried to bumble his way in, kind of like Mike Tyson style. Tried to take his head off of the boxing. Didn't work. He got knocked out cold. The next guy he fights, he's in for another rude awakening if he thinks he can just do the same thing that he did to Pitbull. Let me know what you guys think of Aaron Pico in the comments. Am I being too harsh on him? Or am I correct? Let me know. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace!